questions to ask, right? I campaign with the confidence rising. I told WDF don't switch, good times are coming on even deep diving. Fan cams, reactions, watch along, still the pride of London thriving. The Eagles of South, they flying. Keep your eyes on us, we ain't hiding.
Yo, big up. So if you, I'm not in the best of moods, to be fair. Still fuming about Palace's performances yesterday. The match is just wrapping up as well. So if you ain't checked out, go smash the like button on that. Honestly, oh man, Palace. But anyway, this is Get Out. This is the Fan Calling Show, and I tell you what, it's been a crazy weekend of football. A crazy weekend of football. You've got last minute winners. You got obviously some saying that it's rigged because it was 6 minutes and they played 7 and all this sorts of stuff. You've got, if we talk about 7, obviously United's performance today and stuff. Obviously not the best performance, but you don't want to be losing. You don't want to be losing heavily to your arch rivals and stuff. It's crazy. It is crazy. But you know what? Enough of me talking. I mean, if you guess on, and fair play, you know what? I'm going to salute them. No hiding. Big up Vibes, big up Brush, both United fans. Vibes, I'll start with you, bro.
You have to.
What happened today?
I think Forest drew 2-2. I had Brennan Johnson in my team last week. I didn't have him this week. Listen, I switched off at 4-0. I switched off. My head was gone, and I thought it's not going to get worse than this. The next time I'm seeing your WhatsApp 5, 6, 7. But they had Henderson, Jada Smith in midfield, and we lost 7-0.
It's crazy. What do you feel went wrong? Like, because to be fair, Ten Hag seems to have been getting a lot of things right at your club. What was different about today?
The lineup. I don't know why we have. Don't know why we did have Rashford on the left. We know Trent stinks defensively. We did test him. Techie Wegs in the 10. I know, Brush, you don't like that name, but
yeah, you need to hold a light cinnamon for that one.
I mean, we went down 1-0, and I thought second half we might have a reaction, but then a lanky bastard after 2 minutes. I think the heads just dropped.
Absolute capitulation, Rich. I think for me today, obviously, nobody can cover themselves in glory. So, we win as a team and we lose as a team, and the blame has to be spread out. But Ten Hag has to take his fair share of criticism today. Probably a bit naive going into Anfield for the first time. I think he woke up this morning feeling like Pep, I think he was overthinking it and he started tinkering a bit too much. To start Bruno on the left in a game like this, a position he's not used to and has not really played, is a bit mad, especially like with what Vibe said. We know Trent's flaws. Why would you not put the pace of Rashford up against that? So for me, we didn't do a lot of the simple things. Wan-Bissaka as well, defensively, is a bit more sound than Dalot. So, yeah, that was a surprise as well. Casemiro had a shocking game. There was 1 or 2 people that mentioned he might have been injured. I don't know if those claims are true, or maybe he's played like he was injured. We'll have to investigate that. Lots of questions need to be asked. And we did have our chances in the first half, mind you. I know that seems like a long time ago now, but yeah, there were chances there, and we didn't really capitalize. And then, like Vibe said, second half starts, and when you concede so soon after kickoff, your halftime team talk goes out the window, doesn't it? Really. And then the third one was terrible. And then from there, it's just absolute capitulation. Their heads dropped, and they didn't know what they were doing.
But think about it, we held 6 in the second half.
Yeah.
I know they won 7-0 today, but they've been dead this season.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
guess
but
that's the biggest issue with it all. It's not the best Liverpool side as well. You know,
no, it's not. And I'll tell you what, though, Rich. I'll tell you what. This is going to
Mm.
give them the impetus now to claim that fourth spot.
I think so. I think they're going to kick on from this.
Because I'll tell you what, because Spurs have proved time and time again that they really don't want fourth. And Newcastle, we're starting to see them slip down a little bit now. And they were probably overachieving first half of the season, if we're being honest. And, you know, when you look at the strengthening depth or lack thereof, you know, when they lose a player like a Bruno Guimaraes, they haven't really got the same quality to come off the bench. So even if they finish in Europa League, it'll be a big achievement for them this season. So, yeah, it's all there for the taking for Liverpool, man. We saw it 2 years ago when we thought they were down and out. And you remember when they went on that mad run, the one where Alisson scored the header and that. This is that moment for them now. This is that moment for them now. This has just revitalized them.
Cool. I've got Sam in the background, so I'm going to add you in just a sec. Just quickly, thank you so much, by the way, for now we're not the only team that's lost 7-0 to Liverpool. I do feel a little bit better about that.
It's not a club I wanted to be a part of, Rich.
let me address a few comments before we add Sam into this, because obviously his club won over the weekend. Big up boss says, oh gosh, a touchdown match. Oh gosh, boss, you're taking liberties. Palace were lucky with our own goal. No, Moss, we were terrible. We played poor. We didn't deserve anything from the game. I will drop the links definitely shortly, Hazard, because I know you want to talk Palace. That's totally fine. Cardiac Kids of Arsenal, hell, and right, Reese. Glazers get spanked by a touchdown. Chelsea finally get a win. Brighton hammer time. Well, listen, the Premier League's mad at the moment. The Premier League is mad. When Bruno is bad, it's real bad. Yes, he is. Like, he's been very good this season. I give him that, but this was bad today.
Yeah, you saw the worst of him, especially the antics and stuff as well. He was quite lucky not to see red today, to be honest.
Yeah. Rusty, big up Rusty, he said we stink. Chinos, good. You know what? This is what you deserve. I'm not even gonna lie, Chino. You deserve this, because all this talk about, yes, come and join Man United. Come on, we'll welcome you in, Rich. Don't be a Palace fan. Be a United fan. Hold 7. And I'm normally quite humble, but like, no, Chino deserves it. Roma nil, Juve nil. That's gonna be a good, decent game, to be fair. Nuno.
Now pause on this one. Pause.
Nuno's used his nude. Spurs shaking. Yeah, they've been terrible. And obviously Martin here saying 7 heaven. Boys, unfortunately, I'm going to be adding some very happy Arsenal fans. So, Sam.
Oh, not Tariq. Oh, no.
Vibes, I think I heard the phone ringing, you know. I might have to do.
Yeah, my internet call.
Sam, I know you want to go in the United, but let us talk about your club first, please.
Of course.
3-2 win against Bournemouth. You know what? Without obviously growing up, and obviously it was like a predominantly Man United era of winning, they would win games last minute, time after time after time. Did yesterday feel like that was a title deciding win for you guys?
I'll be honest. When the first goal went in, I was like, okay, we've seen that the team can come back in these situations, and there's plenty of football to be played. Then the second goal went in, and I was like, I can't see it. I genuinely couldn't see it. I was with a mutual friend of ours, Rich Moses, who was telling me to continue to believe, and I was like, Moses, I can't see it. I genuinely can't see it. So when the 3-2 did come through, I was like, okay, there's a backbone to this team that I've not seen before, and clearly the lessons or the scolding that they got for fumbling fourth last year has changed the mentality back of house to go, you know what, I don't want to feel like this again come end of May going into June, where I'm getting flogged and bantered for fumbling the bag. So I say I'm still cautious, because I think this season makes no sense. Absolutely no sense. Now, there is part of that is because certain clubs and certain fan bases are gassing themselves up to be greater than what they actually are. But we'll get to that point. But
I was gonna ask. I was like, we don't kind of do indirects here. We do absolute. But we'll get to that. We'll get to that.
We'll get to that. But I think game by game. But what I want to be in a position where the City game doesn't matter, where I can go to the Etihad, win, lose or draw. I've still got a gap. Yeah. That's all I care about. So for me, it's ticking them off. And our next two, with Europa sandwich in the middle, this week game week with the game in hand midweek, and then a kickoff on Saturday, is to give me a shape of the next 2 weeks. Then it's about brace and let's see where we are, because it's about getting to April 1st with a minimum. Well, we've got Palace, Fulham, and Leeds before we go to Anfield. It's about minimum getting through that and matching or bettering City's results across that three. And they Newcastle have given up, but they go to Anfield. They go to Anfield soon. I think they've got one mid-table team next week, and then they go to Anfield before us. So it's about matching. I just need to get to the end of March in a good place and say to myself, you know what, we're in a place now where, irrespective of that game against City, we're still gonna be there. 2 points, 1 point, whatever that looks like. Then I've got the breathing space.
T.
Yo.
It was about a year ago where you had probably the craziest celebration in front of your brother. Yeah. Like we said before, like if this was us, we probably would have punched you in the face because it was
the
nuts.
one that should have been on OnlyFans, Rich, behind the paywall and that.
Would you say yesterday's match winner from Reece Nelson, great strike by the way, bettered it?
Absolutely. That yesterday is the best game, and it could be the most pivotal. We're still yet to see, but it's definitely the best game we've seen at the Emirates. Tops Barcelona 2-1, tops Leicester when we beat them 2-1, and tops all the other games, the wonderful games we've had this season. This team is something else, and I just wanted to add to Sam's point, as you know, he's kind of talking about the running and that we've got right there. I tweeted this yesterday. If we don't win this league, honestly, it'll hurt and you'll feel the disappointment there. But that does not change the way how I feel about this club now, and how we've seen such massive change throughout, from the fans in terms of when we go 2-0 down, how they react, to the players, how they run and fight for the shirt. They don't chins, not touching chest, not looking down, not fixing socks like we used to. We look and we go ahead and we show leadership with such a young core group, a young manager who inspires and puts belief, and the players still maintain their philosophy and they don't hide, they don't run. This isn't the same Arsenal team that we even saw last season at certain points when we went to Anfield and we got battered ourselves, and we showed naivety in that. The leadership is it's unfathomable how good and how strong the whole core of this side is, and they're not believed in by rivals. Gary Neville talking about Zinchenko, not a leader, and talking about all other players, and mix it and then talking about how they're gonna, showing too much emotion. That is our strength. As Sam said, Manchester United of old, who won leagues, won this, will be at home against relegation fodder and take 90th minute winners. I remember Chicharito doing that multiple times. Last game of the season, Aston Villa, nothing to play for, 2-0 up at Manchester City. Zinchenko and other players come on and they go and win 3-2. Happened multiple occasions. Manchester City themselves had a 97th minute winner against Bournemouth in the season. They got 100 points. So it is amazing. It's definitely up there. And the reason I add that point, and going back to what I said at the start, in terms of I still love this team if we don't win the league. We could achieve 90 plus points and still not win this league. That it's not a bottle job. It's nothing to do with that because, you know, I remember the Aguero season, 4 games left to play. Manchester United 5 points clear of Manchester City. I remember we've seen others, you know, Liverpool, etc. And so much more happens. So this is the thing of the Premier League season. If we do win it, honestly, then we've got something to show for this wonderful feeling we got at this club. And long may it continue. Seriously, it's so great being an Arsenal fan right now.
Yeah. Vibes. Quick question.
You know what, on Arsenal, yeah?
Yeah, go on.
I think yesterday is when they won the league, in my opinion, anyway. I think that 97th minute winner is when they won it.
Cool. My question to you, though, Vibes, though, and I'm going to come to you as well, Brush. Would you rather Arsenal win the league or City three-peat?
Arsenal. I've been saying that for a long time.
He has been. He has, to be fair.
I plead the fifth, fam. It's like asking me if I want to be kicked in the balls or punched in the throat.
No, because listen,
ideally neither, innit?
I know the rivalry's there, yeah, but listen, at the end of the day, I'd rather City not do a 3P and then do a 4P next season.
I mean, listen, for me, I'm just upset anytime my team's not up there. So this is none of my business, innit?
And plus,
Them lot can fight out amongst themselves.
And dodgy sponsorships and all that, yeah, forget them, man. Forget them.
But what I will say, though, yesterday I saw title-winning qualities in Arteta's management. The substitutions were effective down to a T. Almost instant impact by Reece Nelson. We even saw a bit of Fergie time at the end there. And, you know, these are the things that make for a title charge.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And even with all the time wasting without, you know, if you
they started time wasting, 60 minutes in? It was mad.
And
as soon as you got that one goal back, you could see the tide was changing, man.
Yeah, exactly. And even when you watch the game, there was so many like VAR calls that didn't go out.
And we've talked about it, this season, the difference with you guys, like that Fulham result early in the first half of the season, that was a difference maker for me. That's when I knew that, all right, this team is a bit different this season. Like last year, you wouldn't have come back to win that.
Rarely. The only time we ever came back and won was against Wolves when we were down. That's the only time last season. And that says a lot. And also the fact that Jesus has been out for so long as well.
Exactly.
It's a very good point. Let's go on. Talk Arsenal first. I know you want to talk United bad. Talk Arsenal first.
Yo. Well, God, my brothers.
This today's like your wet dream, innit, Oates?
Good to see you all. Good to see you all. Long time. Hey, listen, yeah. I'm just here to listen, mate. You get? I don't upset nobody. Because I don't upset no one. In the group chat, certain man's chest is tight. I'm here for a good time, not a long time, okay? So, yeah, what we saying?
Yeah, you might as well make that not long time now, then, innit? Might as well just dip.
I ain't dipping.
Listen, I think when you look at the blip that Arsenal have had, right? You can't even say that our performances were bad. I don't think we were blunt against Everton. Eddie should have bagged 2 there.
We was bad against Everton, bro.
We weren't. I mean,
and Brentford.
Brentford was a tough one, but Brentford was a fight, and I think that just showed. That was the only time I think in our backline we looked young and naive, but we did enough still to be able to hold them off. That's like we should have finished our dinner, yeah. But I don't think there is. It's not like if you go back 2.5 years to when we were all gassing about the Unai 20-game unbeaten run, and we were conceding like 20 odd chances against our goal. When every attempt to pass out from the back, we were all like literally holding hands and taking a big gasp of breath. There isn't that with that, and the underlying numbers support all of that. Like the foundation in terms of our team is there. I think if we can, going back to what I said before, one game at a time, tick them off, get to a place where we are in April, where that City game doesn't matter, because I've got confidence in beating Chelsea at ours. We will probably I'll take a draw at St James's if I'm being honest. St James's is a nasty place to go to, but I'll take a draw and tick them off. There are up and just match what we need to do, because I don't see City going through their next chunk of games without dropping points. Because even if you look at the Newcastle game, and Newcastle opened themselves up like
Sam, we've got City next. We ain't getting nothing out of the game. I'm sorry.
No, but
we will try.
Listen,
We'll try to help you.
I
I
hear
don't
you.
think it's happening.
I hear you, but if you take a look at the City Newcastle game, yeah, if you take a look at it, City were letting up more chances and uncharacteristic chances than I've ever seen. They are awful in transition. If you nick the ball off them, now I know you got listen. I know you have IU, and I know you have Mateta, and I don't. Mateta's been dog poo since he cut his hair off. I know, bro. I know. He's like the Black Samson. I know, bro. I hear you, but you do have the ability to catch them in. You do have the ability to catch them in transition. I think they've got Leeds soon. I think Leeds is horrible to play against if you can't play in transition. It's just nasty. So there's things in place. I think we just go one game at a time. But what I will say, and this will segue on to when we talk about United.
Look at my brother. Look at my brother at the bottom of the screen, looking smug. Look at him.
The numbers don't lie.
Look at him.
The numbers don't lie. At the end of the day,
looking all fresh-faced and that.
The numbers don't lie. You can't come to certain clubs can't go away to other clubs and concede 25 shots on their goal and tell me they have the best two centre-backs and the best DM in the world. I'm sorry. It just can't run. And then you go and concede 18 today away from home, 25 at the Emirates and 18 at Anfield. And you've got the best spine in the league. And Erik ten Hag is working wonders. But when I look at the stats, your back line, only Nottingham Forest play a deeper back line than you do.
But that's before the World Cup, not after the World Cup. But, I guess facts don't matter. It is what it is.
What don't matter?
That was before the World Cup, the line. After the World Cup, you've been playing a higher line.
You've been playing
After the World Cup, yeah. Before the World Cup, we were deeper. But after the World Cup, we've been higher now.
You better go back. You better go back to the deep one, bro.
Yeah, we might as well.
After
that deep one, of course.
But honestly, big up. I won't lie to you. I thought you were going to
cheers to a good weekend.
Honestly, I don't actually think Liverpool played fantastic today. I kind of agree with Gary Neville. I don't think Liverpool were amazing, but I think Man U, once their heads went, they just weren't defending anything. Like Liverpool didn't go to a gear where you think, oh my God. But I think Man U dropped to a level where it was like, oh my God. And I was talking to my friend today, and I think as much as Manchester United, you think like Erik ten Hag's come in, he's done a good job. And I kind of think because you've had a good run, you think like, right, there's not going to be any bad times, but there's still more bad times to come. Like you don't just come in and after 8 months you turn it all around and it's all fantastic. There's some rot. There's still like a lot of rot in Man U. McTominay. I even think Bruno Fernandes needs to go. That's my opinion. Like I'm an Arsenal fan, so
it's that mentality with Bruno Fernandes. It's disgusting.
I believe that when you're building a team, like a team to challenge, and this is why Pep Guardiola don't have them characters. You cannot have even one player like that. You can't. Ruins the whole thing. He can't be in the middle of the pitch throwing his hands up and down. He's the king of giving the ball away. The king. There's no one better than him at giving the ball away. He does get goals and he gets assists, and I think that kind of can mask a lot. But for me, if you have one character like that in the team, it just won't work out. I think if there's one big name, because there's always like a big name that leaves and everyone's like, oh my God, how's he gone? I think the big name at Man U will be Fernandes.
Do you know what, Mo? Let me just add this, because we spoke a lot about Mesut Ozil, and one thing that what they have in common big games don't turn up unless it's at home. That's when we saw Mesut Ozil do his thing, and that's where it's a question of mentality. Always, it's disgraceful to be behaving like that on the pitch, throwing his arms up. I said, no, Gary Neville was saying that. Oh, he's asking, why am I staying on the pitch? Are you mad?
That's madness.
What has Bruno Fernandes done in his career to deserve respect to be taken off the pitch when Casemiro and Varane are on there? Horrendous. Yeah. And that's the thing. That yes, he runs a lot more than a Mesut Ozil, but the attitude stinks same way. Even the way he talks to Garnacho and talks and you know, does all these things and that. There's things that's been creeping in that you don't really like, you know, because Man United have been winning. The fans don't really talk about it as much, but they've been there. The evidence has been there, and you cannot talk about any best when they're putting in disgraceful performances like that. No way. They can't be talking about any best. This will haunt Ten Hag for a long time now. It's not his first big defeat of the season as well, man. Then not his first. It's his third.
No.
Do you know what I mean?
I agree. With what you both said, man. That first half, Liverpool, they weren't at the races at all. Every time the ball bounced, it was hoof up the pitch. They couldn't get the ball on the floor. They wasn't playing. Trent Arnold, I don't know what's happened to him, but that first half, he was a mess. He was an absolute mess. Do you know what they looked like? They looked like they wanted to attack, but they were so scared that they'll get hit on the counter that they was just, I don't know, they just wasn't playing football. Every time the ball bounced, it was just like slap up the field, or, you know what I mean, to get to the last third, and they wasn't putting it away, and it was just like they were susceptible to the counter attack and that. And I think that first goal obviously helped them settle. The second goal was the key moment in that game, to be honest. That so soon after halftime as well, and then obviously, you know, whatever happened after that happened. But those results can happen, man. We've been on the end of many slappings, 8-2s, 5-0s, 6 fucking 1s, and whatever, all of that kind of stuff. So once the fourth goal goes in, everybody's head just drops, and then after that, it's just like whatever the score is, isn't it? And it makes no difference. 4-0, 7-0, 9-0 it actually makes no difference. It's all the same shit.
Don't be fooled though. Don't be fooled with Ten Hag. Yeah, he knows. Like he will go away from that game, and 2 people are already gone. Like in his head, he's like, that he's not right for me. He's not right for me. They're gone. Like so, he will get through to the end of the season. He's not going to disrupt it now, but don't be fooled with that guy. He knows what's going on. He knows, and as much as people might think like, this will be forgotten about, you know, when we get to the end of the season, we're in the Champions League positions and we've won a trophy. They might even win 2 trophies, but he knows long term, he knows the characters that he needs. And
just
a few of them.
but
you know what?
Was that right for us?
Do you know what? It's very similar to what Arsenal went through. Yeah, when like last season we went on a little bit of a run, or even before that, it was just like those same players that used to let down Wenger, Emery, those same players that let down those managers, when Mikel Arteta was squeezing the life out of them, getting the FA Cup out of them, it starts to fool you like, these man can play like, and you keep them on, give them a new contract, but there's always a point in the season where they remind you exactly of who they are, and today was that moment. These guys are the same guys that have been awful for the last 2, 3, 4, 5 years. Just because they got a new manager, very good manager, I must say, he's squeezing the life out of them again. It's very similar to Arteta. He's got a cup, but like Mo said, there'll always be a dip. It's not always going to be plain sailing. At some point, they're going to show their true colours.
Right. Brush, obviously it's not the result you would have wanted today against your rivals, but do you think because it was against your rivals, it's the kind of the kick at the backside against complacency and stuff? Because you've been doing well recently.
Yeah, and you know, I always said, Rich, that defeats will come, but it's the manner in which you lose. And today was an absolute capitulation, and against the worst team it could happen against as well. So this is going to live long in the memory. There's been 3 away games this season in which we've conceded a total of 17 goals, and that can't run. Man City away, Brentford away, and now this one. Like, whatever way you break that down, that's disgusting statistic. 17 conceded in 3 games. Like Alt said, yeah, man, it's early. Like, you know, I do think, and I think Mo touched on it as well, come summertime, Ten Hag will know. Obviously, you can't this what he's got to work with now, innit? So he'll identify the weak points, but obviously right now he has to work with what he has and kind of prop them up and get the best out of them. But yeah, there's definitely a ceiling on some of these players.
On that brush, and I'll come to Vibes as well afterwards. What are the weak points? Like, what do you feel are the weak points for your club?
The fullback positions need to be looked at as good as they've done. You have to look at Ten Hag and how he's revitalized some of these guys and how long they've been at the club for. Obviously, we've got Weghorst in on loan. If we're being honest, despite whatever qualities he brings to the table at this level, he's not it. He's not it. And at the end of the day, you're a striker, innit? So I don't really care about what else you're offering.
18 foot tall and you can't win a header.
Yeah. Listen, 6'7", and he's so bad aerially.
How long?
They don't even put it in the box. It's mad. They actually don't put crosses in the box.
Yeah.
That's all right. We can relate. We've got Mateta. So
yeah, you know, and then listen, and nobody saw this coming from Rashford this season. Like, it's been a pleasant surprise, obviously, but you can't rely on those goals. Like, it has to come from other places as well.
He was diabolical today.
Yeah, but again, though, it's like, you know, going into this game, why wasn't his pace tested against Trent, knowing his defensive weaknesses? I think Ten Hag woke up this morning and started thinking like Pep. He started overthinking it, bro.
Do you know what as well? I think the main person that was off it, and this is, you're too reliant on this guy, Casemiro was miles off it today.
Yeah. There was even,
he looked injured.
It seemed like because he didn't play.
Yeah. One or two people mentioned that he looked injured. I don't know.
Well, no,
if he was,
because
if he just played like
at one point. Yeah.
But yeah,
he was
massive.
wincing at one point, so I don't think he was injured. I think that was just that moment in time. But
yeah,
it seemed like he just wasn't himself today for whatever reason. It happens, innit? But it just seems like if he doesn't play, the rest of the team don't play. You see what I'm saying? So you're too reliant.
And there's no real replacement for him, bro. Like, there's no backup.
Yeah, but these things take time. Listen, I'm under no illusions that Man United, they're coming, and they're going to be fine. I said this from time when you was at the start of the season getting slapped left, right, and center. You lot will be fine. But he needs more transfer windows. He's literally, like I said, he's squeezing the life out of the man that he's got. Once he, like Mo says, once he gets these men out the door and gets in the guys that he wants, especially with your new owners as well, so he's going to spend money.
Oh, we're gonna have to hold tight and see how that plays.
Yeah, you just have to hold tight. It's just who's out there. I don't really know who's out there for what you for what you're looking for, to be honest. But
well, this is the thing, though. I'm not really big on just signing superstars for dumb money. Like, I'd rather we do our scouting and due diligence and go pick up some unknowns, man. Develop.
It's a
Vibes. What areas, Vibes? Sorry, Sam. Vibes still there?
Yeah, I was gonna say everywhere. 7-0 in it. What can I say, bro? No, you know what? I think
for just watching the highlights, boy, squeezing up
for a lot of our fans, this was a big reality check for him today, because they were speaking about the league and watching, Arsenal are gonna slip up. I'm not just. Let's look at what we're gonna do instead of looking at other teams. We still got a lot of problems, but I certain man think we're gonna win the league this season. I don't understand it.
Do you see with Brush and Vibes, like it's hard to go in at them and give them the banter because they're the real like Man United. Like, they've been very level-headed. There's plenty more Man United fans that aren't here right now.
So I've missed Hamza, but I don't think he's coming on today.
No, I'm not concerned about Hamza. Where's Hassan? Who's Hassan?
It's Vibes.
That is Vibes.
That's Vibes.
Top
That's
here.
Vibes.
Oh, okay. All right, yes. You see what I say, man? I have to get the Gavin Scott. Look at the picture. The picture says it all, boy. The Grant Mitchell, boy.
Bottle out everything.
I'm sorry. I had some questions about today. We have to address today, because Klopp went expecting that his two centre backs were going to be up against Weghorst, which is why he put on his most physical centre back in Kanate, but also his most pacey to cover the channel when Trent would have vacated it, right? And then he played Weghorst as a 10. And the reason why I'm bitter about this is I had to deal with 18 months of being told that we had the best defensive forward in Lacazette, who couldn't get from the halfway line back into the box. You brought him in because your team was lacking goals, right? So you brought him in to try and offset what Cristiano Ronaldo was or wasn't doing, but you needed cover and centre forward. and then you play him as a 10, and he's now doing box to box, back and forth. But when he sprints, he looks like he's hauling a fridge on his back. It don't make no sense. It don't make no sense.
Listen, Sam, you never have to worry about him being offside.
Bro, it's impossible.
Yeah, no, that's true.
I don't understand it. So then you then put Rashford in the middle, and Gary Neville can talk all he wants about wanting to see Rashford through the middle. Rashford through the middle is horrible. It is horrible. It's a horrible watch. He needs to be cutting in off the channel and in, outside to inside run. Because when he's got his back to goal and he's having to do the spin off of the centre back, it looks disgusting. Especially when you've got Bruno, who when he's in this mood just kicks the ball for the sake of kicking the ball. He's like a kicker in the NFL. All he does is just hoof it and hope that it lands where he.
And so random in a game like this to stick him on the left.
I think
It made no sense.
I think
hasn't Weghorst been playing the 10 the last couple of games? No.
Yeah,
he has. I think he's probably thought Marshall would be out for long, but he's made our biscuits, innit? No, honestly, I've been saying send our brother to Bangladesh, Uzbekistan, wherever. I'm done with that guy.
Go, man.
Same with Fred. Sometimes he's Brazilian, sometimes he's Polish. I don't know with him.
Edna, welcome. I don't even know if that's the right thing to
Tell
say.
me why this players had me cussing in church today again. Tell me why they had me cussing in church today, bro. I had to step out. I was so mad.
What was the score when you stepped out of church? 4?
No, the thing was, I was upstairs putting the food together, right? At that time, it was 1-0. So there's my sister's friend, her husband is an Arsenal fan.
No,
and all of a sudden,
the food was on the floor, on it.
Yo, Edna, I hope you did punch the pasta, you know.
Edna, are you okay? And I'm like, I'm good. And he kept saying, are you sure you're okay? I was like, yes, I'm okay. And then he brought the phone to me, and it was 3-0, bro. I screamed. Hey!
Yeah, jollof rice on the floor.
Yeah, she punched the pasta, therefore.
Bro, by the time I got back in the church, it was, I think it was 5-0 again. I was like, what happened?
Yeah, and who did you send them prayers to? Because they didn't work today.
Bro,
Them prayers went down.
I was cussing all through the service. I don't understand. Why is Ten Hag stubborn? What's the problem with him? Is there a reason he's too, for me, he's too stubborn for me, because I don't understand. If something is not working, I mean, people have been praising him for his in-game management. When he see that something is not working, he would change it. People have been praising him for that. Why did he decide not to do that today? When was the last time we played Rashford up front? What was the reason for all of that? Why? What was the reason for all of that? How do you change everything just like that and expect it to work? Why? You have a trend that has been shocking defensively, and you have an informed Rashford, and you're not putting them together? Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
The problem is,
how many times have we said that Bruno don't work? And today, I must say for sure, now I understand why people go on Bruno, because truly, in big games, my guy, no.
He was lucky to complete the game today, Edna. He should have been sent off.
Bro, we need to have a conversation about Bruno, because this cannot keep happening. No, he can't hide anymore. He cannot hide.
Dallo was a surprise as well. We saw what happened against Maximum last week in the first half. So I was fully expecting Wan-Bissaka to start today.
I'm seeing people going off, oh, it's just this game. It's not this game. It's been coming. It's not this game. If West Ham last week, if they had a Salah, a Gakpo, or Haaland or whatever in the first half, they would have won that game. It's been coming. I'm seeing everybody talking about, oh, let's just no. It's been coming. I don't get what happened.
Leicester at home.
But you got to have some perspective on this, yeah, on two of them points. So Rashford through the middle, yeah, makes sense, because Liverpool, you have to You do. It does, because you can't have Weghorst. Liverpool would have pushed the line up higher and higher. They had to have a threat in behind. And
No. Rashford
They-
against Van Dijk and
they-
Konate, no way.
no, it's not ideal. It's not ideal, but that's what he's got to work with.
But
He
Mo,
used to have
but Mo,
Lacazette.
When you go
Mo,
into a game like this, this is
listen,
not the time to
listen,
experiment,
listen,
though. This is
listen,
not a game for you to
listen.
experiment, though.
Listen. It's not this is all the players he's got. He ain't got no one else.
But he's
Mo,
been using them the way
Mo,
he can prior. Why
where's
not just
Liverpool's
stick to that then?
where's Liverpool's weakness in the defense? Biggest weakness.
What,
It's
Trevor?
Trent.
It's Trent.
There's space behind there. There's
It
space
is.
in-
Yeah, I hear you.
But
wanna
would you
put
not
Rashford
try that
there?
first though, Mo, without and then later on look to push Rashi to the
Which is
middle?
what
'Cause-
possibly.
Ten Hag has done every other game.
Possibly.
Listen,
yeah.
he's
And then you've got the boys on the bench who can be an impact sub like a
Because
Garnacho when there's even more
Yeah.
idlings out there.
Yeah,
You introduce him 60,
Yeah.
70
Mo-
minutes in.
Moses, what I'll say on that, if it is a case where Weghorst is playing in the 9 and Liverpool push their centre backs up, that's going to give Rashford more space anyway.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah,
I
because
don't-
you occupy the defenders, right?
No, I don't think it's as simple as that, because I think when you let Liverpool get up the pitch, yeah, with no threat, if they feel like they have no threat in behind through the middle, I believe that they just go to suffocate you. I think just having Rashford in that position is enough to think Virgil van Dijk ain't playing well. It's enough to give him something to think about. But I get it though. It could have been something that he started with Weghorst and then sort of changed it midway through the game. But I think it's simple. It's quite a simple bit of analysis to say just put Rashford on Trent and it would all be all right. I don't think that it was as easy as that. I think maybe.
No, I'm not saying that it's going to get hit. Both of them is going to be an easy ride for him. That's not what I'm saying. At least it will offer something. It will be better. That would have been better. Now, if it didn't happen like that, then you can switch it up.
Switch it
But
around.
Don't start
Yeah,
with
do you know
them
what?
in
Yeah,
the
Mo.
front.
Did he
I don't
stay through
agree.
the middle for the?
I
Did
feel
he
like
stay?
if
Did he stay through the
Rashford-
middle
if
for the whole
Rashford was
game?
on- yeah,
He
yeah,
stayed
yeah.
whole
through.
game, whole game.
If Rashford was on the left hand side, I think Man United get the first goal.
But
Yeah.
look at it.
Yeah.
Look at when they had that chance where Trent made a really good tackle. In all fairness to him, it was when
that second
he came
half,
off
though?
the left. But that's when, the only time he came off the left.
Yeah, but at that point, that was like 2-3-0.
No, but look at where it came. But listen, like if Man United score a goal when it's 2-0 Liverpool, what we seen happen? What have we seen happen the other day when
True,
Liverpool
true.
were doing?
Have we spoke about that already, Rich? Have we spoke about that already? Or did I miss that bit?
No, we haven't.
Nah,
No,
that
no,
game. And I felt like after the third, fourth goal, they gave up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
capitulation.
definitely.
Of course.
They gave up.
I think what let me down the most.
When you get 7-0, 9-0, all these scores, yeah, the score line's irrelevant because after the 3, after the 4, your head just drops, isn't it? And the team
I
that
need
spot
answers.
the
People
upper
are
hand
saying
just play through.
people are saying we go again. This is not a we go again game. No, I need answers.
No, it is.
There's nothing like
It has
we go
to be.
again.
You know what?
Also,
You know what?
it's not.
You know what
It's
as
not-
well?
it's not-
You know, it's Liverpool. You know,
You know what as well though?
Nah.
If
You know
we
what as
held-
well?
If we held 7, if we held
Spurs.
7 from Spurs, yeah, I'm telling you now, we are marching
Nah,
through
listen.
N17. We're marching through it. There
I
is
wouldn't be on no
way we're
podcast,
all
boy,
sitting
that's
there
for sure.
going, there's no way we're all saying, you know what? Yeah, we go again, even though we've just
Nah,
held,
there's
just
nothing
held
like we go
7
again.
from Spurs.
We go again. No, I'm seeing people. Even somebody tweeted today and be like, "Oh, it's just one game. It's just a blip." No. We can go again when we lose next week, but today we're not going anywhere. We need answers today.
You can't casually drop. We'll go again after holding 7.
No,
Do you know why people are saying we go again?
Answers, bro.
Do you know why people are saying we go again? It's because they love Ten Hag. It's because they love Ten Hag. If this was
He's done
Ollie
it
and
twice
Ollie
now.
was
There was a game he
Yeah, but-
did it too. He was too stubborn to change it, and I think we lost that game. This is the second time where he's been too stubborn to switch it up. He took a
Edmund is
good
vexed,
game
boy.
during the conference yesterday. He was there running his mouth, and when it was actual time to play the game, he just ruined it.
And
Yeah, I'm thinking that pastor's
have
in
you,
hospital, you know.
have you left church yet?
I'm home.
Oh, yeah, okay, cool. I just don't want any more damage limitations. I'm just making sure everyone's safe.
Edna
I'm pissed.
Listen, you can get away with losing 2-0 to Liverpool at Anfield. You can get away with that. That's when you say we go again. But let's not forget that there's still a lot of disgraceful players. They lost 3-1 to Villa, and that was a blip at that time. But that was a disgraceful performance, and it could have been more in that game as well.
Do you know what I don't understand? Why does Ten Hag bring on Scott McTominay? Like he does it every game. I don't understand.
You know when you're. You know them times when you're 4 down, bro. That's when you need to. That's when you need to shore things up, innit?
What's the point? Yeah, it doesn't make no sense.
It was baffling, man.
And as soon as he comes on, he gets a yellow card. I don't get it.
Yeah.
I don't. When I saw him come on, I was like, you do this all the time. He brings on Scott McTominay. I don't understand.
What's the aggregate now? Between last season and this season?
12? 12, is it 12?
It should be more than 12.
Including the 3 games.
No, listen.
Jesus Christ.
Because
we're not doing that. I don't think even when if we're informed next season, I don't see us doing a 7-0 at Anfield. Not even Old Trafford. I don't see us doing that.
Can I say something about a butterfly effect? I remember when we lost 8-2, to you, man. We made about 5 signings.
Don't talk about that. That defeat made you lot bring in flipping Andre Santos and them, man. Allow it.
Who else? Who came in? Who came in?
Benayoun and them, man.
Yeah. Arteta was probably the only decent side that came out of that.
Okay, and look at now. Butterfly effect. Thank you.
Hey, Rich, can I just say quickly, what you've got here is beautiful. I love this.
I do like this Sunday night show. Like when people come in and chat, it's a good laugh. It's a good laugh. All rest obviously 7-0, disappointing result. I think everything's been said, but go on.
Bro, who's laughing?
Yeah, listen, McTominay. First of all, he needs to be tested if he's a footballer or not. I'm speechless, man. Fuck me, man. Worst day of my life, man. As a United fan. This is worse than 6-3. This is worse than 5.
It is. It's a bad one, this one. It is.
It's a bad one, man. Listen, we didn't even score a goal, man. We didn't even score a goal. Like, we showed no fight. Half-time team talk. I don't know what Tanok said to them, but listen, top 4, it could affect us, man. Like, mentally, it could affect us. I'm being dead serious. Like, I don't know what Tanok... Listen, maybe he would do something to the train that obviously after Brentford, what he did, but I don't know. Mentally, 7-0, that's our worst defeat since 1931, since we conceded 7-0 to Liverpool. So, listen, 10 on, man.
There's 7 points in it. You got all right, man. There's 7 points.
That's a good question to the United fans. Like, Aris brought up a good point there, how it could affect the top 4. I think your players, all the competitions you've been in, the amount of games, ran into the ground. Do you think that this is the beginning of, the unravel of the season?
Absolutely not. And I'll tell you why, because even if we capitulate, Tottenham have proved time and time again they don't want 4th. And also Newcastle are starting to dip down as well. So out of that, I reckon even if things turn south, we'll still finish 4th.
Yeah. Can I say, and I hate saying this, but do you know who's got an outside chance of top 4? Right.
If you say Brighton.
He's not lying, though.
Very good team.
Listen,
very good team.
What De Zerbi's doing right now is mad.
Oh, I'm sorry. Brighton are in Europe. Brighton are in Europe next season.
I wish they kept Potter, man.
Chelsea.
Do you think Chelsea get him and send Potter back?
That's a good man. That's a good segment. Leo, listen, your first win in I can't remember how long.
Look, bruv, I'd rather have Ron Weasley at the wheel, let alone Harry Potter that we got, bruv. He ain't got no magic wand, bruh. Mate, it's fucking painful. It's so painful.
Wait, is this the Chelsea fan that told me to go away and trust the process? Oh, hi.
Hey, Leo, football.
Yeah?
I'm just watching the Juve game in the background at the moment, man. So let's just hope we don't get another tonight.
No. Let's
it's not looking good for any of your teams, Leo. It might be you, bro.
Not even the Formula One, not even the Ferrari could do me business today.
Hey, Arteta's a humbler, isn't it?
Two years ago,
Arteta's
I got
a what?
2 years ago. 2 years ago, this Chelsea
Wow.
fan here told me that I was foolish in trusting the process that Arteta was in. Yeah, and I sat here and I said, "Listen,
Receipts.
I see the green shoots," and he laughed. Now you're 600 million in the. Hold on. You're 600 million in the hole.
Lovely.
600 million in the hole. Yeah. 600 million in the hole. You can't afford to sack your manager because that makes you breach FFP, right? And you've only scored what, your third goal in 2023?
That's why I'm playing FIFA, man. I'm scoring bare goals on FIFA,
you
mate.
man score a goal every 4 weeks.
Unbelievable. And we're taking it in turns. We've got Fofana to score. I'm telling you, mate, it's still going in turns.
Their goal of the month is the only goal of the month, sir.
That's it.
Bro,
Amortizing goals. That's what they're doing, innit?
Mate,
The way these man celebrate after the transfer window, you know. Oh, we signed Nzonzi, Fernandez, Modric.
I'm actually scared of the next transfer window. You don't understand, because the guy at the top has got no idea about football. He's just like, I like him, I might just buy his just because of his name. And
Bro, this guy's playing Football Manager in real life, you know, Leo.
A stupid amount of years, bro. 7-8 year contract. What the fuck?
Honestly, you know what Ted Bowley does? You know you've got the FA Cup draw where you got the
he does bullshit, bro. That's what he does.
He just picks out a name and like,
that's it.
Yeah.
Now, Rich, he just sees what other people want, innit? That's what he does. He's like, oh, Arsenal want Modric. Yeah, I love that. Probably didn't know who he was, what position. Thought he was a left back.
Bro, Enzo Martinez, the one pass in the World Cup, but just because it went to Messi and he scored. As I say, I'm buying him. He looks good. He looks good. I was like, oh my god. Just can't deal, mate.
Leo, just quickly, is this a Potter issue or is this a structure issue?
I think it's a structure issue, but again, it comes down and everyone's like, Potter needs time, but the thing is, he hasn't got time to even build a team. The team's been built around him, and and everything he's got to work with is brand new. It's like where Brighton, had the opportunity to build everything around him, and they understand the process. He left a good kind of blueprint there, and it's just continued, and you can just see the way they're playing. And honestly, I watched their game yesterday, and it was just, I mean, fuck's sake, Welbeck scored, bruv. Welbeck scored. And he banged it from outside the box like he was still playing for United from back in the day, bruv. That's what I'm trying to say. It's mental. You're looking at the blueprint there that he's left. That's football. What Chelsea have at the moment is a free fall. It's just literally people that are getting paid shitloads of money, and because they have all that money, that's why they're on the pitch, not because they're valued as a team player. And then they're getting rid of actual established players. I'm not being funny. Mount ain't had a sniff of the ball this season. I'm not a massive fan of Mount, and I'm not a massive fan of Mount. But the man has played for the last few years, and he's actually started to like some of the exponential English growth within the Chelsea unit. He's on the bench. You got all the players that were there on the bench, and he's got all these newbies on the pitch that they don't know their ass from their head at the moment. To be honest,
I won't lie to you, Leo. Seeing Conor Gallagher's downfall makes me smile, though.
You said what?
Seeing Gallagher's downfall makes me smile.
Yeah, I know, mate. But the thing is, like, he's another one, man. He should have stayed at Palace or something like that, bruv. Genuinely, like, because to be honest, he's not Palace are not small, but where like you're thinking about a team that can grow, he would have grown with the team. The difference is Chelsea have players at a certain level, and he has to fight for his position. Therefore, he's not going to be first line pickings. Where in a team that needs to grow, he was definitely one of the key components there as well, along with like Zaha and everything there. And he was playing football, man. And he was actually, it was like when Lingard was at West Ham, that point, he was playing football, bruv. They took him back to United, and then he's gone to what is he, Nottingham Forest now?
I mean, you should be happy you're a few points away from the Conference League. It's not all bad.
Unbelievable, bro.
Right. Listen, we're approaching the hour mark. I did have one more question to ask, and then I'm going to ask everyone else after that where they're going to finish. This was to the Arsenal fans. Hypothetically speaking, because it could still happen, if you do not win the league, how detrimental could it be in future seasons? I'll start with Tariq.
I don't actually think it'd be that bad, in all honesty, because when you look at it overall, where the position where we are in the team and the squad, we weren't expecting to be in this position in the first place when we came into the season. We've got there because the team have done so well and they've performed. There's still a lot. The core of this team is still very young, and this is a brand new experience for them. If they win, then that freshness, then it's like, wow, they've got something to show for it. But when we speak about, in Champions League finals, you don't tend to win your first one. I feel like it can kind of end like that. So it'll be heartbreaking and devastating, of course, but I think the future's bright from here. I remember last season, Arsenal, they don't make top 4. It's going to be even harder for you to get top 4 this season. Remember all of that talk with Newcastle, United will come back, all of this, Look where we are now. So I think this young team and the young manager will learn from it.
Moses?
Yeah, pretty much the same. I mean, last season, yeah, we dropped out of the top 4, and everyone was like, "That's the end. That's the end of Arteta. That's the end of this team." And we've bounced back to this. And I genuinely believe that the team is, at the moment, we're just on a. It's like a ride, and they're just every week. They're literally. I feel like this team literally. They say we take it game by game, and you can see it because when we've had our times this season where we've had a knockback, so our little blip, etc. When we lost to Man U, the next game, the team doesn't come out. They're not coming out like licking their wounds. They're coming out and they look like they looked when we were winning every game. Do you get what I mean? So I think this team's probably too young to feel that damage. I think they're still, because they're so young, I just think that they're still happy spirits, and I don't think that it will knock them back that much. So if we get up, it's still tough. Even if we go 8 points clear, I still think it's tough. It's not going to be easy. I'll be devastated if we lose it from this position. But at the same time, I'll be happy at the way we're performing, and I'll be confident that next season we're challenging. Next season, I'd always said that has to be the season where we're challenging for the title if this so-called process was working. Okay, so we're one season ahead. So next season, if we was in this position next season, I'd say we have to win this league. Basically, that's where I think we're at. I think we're 1 year ahead. If we win it, I'll be so happy. If we lose it from here, I'll be devastated. But I won't be calling on the players. I won't be having a go at Arteta. I won't be calling people bottlers. I won't be doing that. That's not me. So I just think that let's see how it goes, man. Let's see how it goes. Still no pressure. Let's see how it goes.
If you didn't know, that was a dig at me. That was a dig at me. That was a dig at me. Look at him.
You yourself, you will call yourself a butler.
Not
just the players. I think you will call yourself.
That's impossible. It's impossible that I'll say that.
Let me jump in here. Last season, Manchester City were 14 points ahead of Liverpool. Yeah, they won the league on the last kick of the game. You can't just go around calling people bottlers. How can you call a team full of 21, 22 and 23-year-olds, yeah, that are 5 points ahead of the best team in the world? Yeah, why would you call them bottlers? Why? Let me explain. Let me explain. Because this is, for me, answer to your question, Rich, yeah, I think if we was to lose it, I think next year it would spur us on even more so to go and win it, yeah? Like kind of like redemption, yeah? However, if we do lose it from this point on, and 5 points is not a big gap, by the way, yeah? It's a tiny gap, yeah? However, when you are in these positions, yeah, you have to go for it.
Yeah.
Go for it. You have to.
Fuck.
Next season's not a given because Chelsea are going to come, Man United are going to come, all these other teams, they're going to come strong. So it's not a given. So while we're here, we may as well fucking go for it.
You have to make the most of the opportunity, man. Because obviously this year, at the start of the season, you wouldn't have expected Chelsea and Liverpool to blip the way they have. And obviously they're going to re-up and come back. So Arsenal in a very privileged position, right?
Guys, so, okay.
Exactly. Hold on.
Go for it. You've got to go for it, yeah? And you come up short, yeah? So you've bottled it. If you go for it and you come up short. Man City win every single game this season, and we draw 2 and we lose 1
so
and we
what's
draw
the
1.
so what's the
We have
so what's
bottled the league.
Okay, so Man City win every game. Why can't we win every game? Why don't we go out
What
there and win
history
every
have we
game?
got of winning every game? What history?
What history do
bro,
Man
we've
City
got-
have? What history?
What?
We
Big
do
bro,
have
bro.
history of winning every
What?
game. The
We've got
Invincibles.
to go to Etihad and Anfield.
Guys.
When's that time we won at Anfield?
Guys, if
This
we
year,
had a
this
history,
year. Hold on,
of
Mo. Let me
Yeah,
finish.
Tariq, I know
This year.
Anfield's a humble, yeah, but you
Hold
have
on,
to do it
T.
this year.
Hold on, T.
who's saying we
all
have
of
to do it
these
this year?
excuses. Hold on, wait. All of these excuses. What year?
not excuses.
When of the history did we go to Anfield? When Michael Thomas scored the goal, that's when, yeah. And we can repeat the history. We can repeat the history this year. Now, this is our time. We have to go.
No.
Listen, no, hold on, Mo. Let me finish, bro. You had your
We're
words.
talking about bottling.
Listen,
That's not a bottle.
if
You can
you-
go to Anfield and lose.
Listen. The way I see it, yeah. Okay, maybe bottlers is not the right word.
That's
I believe that.
Okay,
Bottlers,
Yeah.
that's
Bottlers
it. That's
is
fine.
not the right word. No, hold on. Bottlers is not the right word. However, me personally, if you are in this position, yeah, you have to go to these places because you got to go there anyway, whether you're flipping 20th or you're first, yeah, you have to go to these places. You always are going to places to win, whether you're home or away, you're going into the game to win. However, there's so much at stake. Make sure you go there and you win. And if you don't win, make sure you leave it all on the field. Yeah. If you leave it all on the field and they are genuinely better than us on the day, then okay, all right. It's just not meant to be. However, we are in this position, guys. We haven't won a league title in like 20 years or something like that. Yeah. Now is your time. Next year is not a given that we're going to be in this position again, but we are here today. So make sure you go out there, yeah, and you go and win the game. You go and win. You just go and win the game. That's it. You just go and do it because we are the best team in the league.
As you said,
we are the best team in the league.
All. I am 100% confident this group of players will give it their all in every single game that they play.
No,
as long as they do that, whether we win, lose, went to Old Trafford, we lost. You know, there's so much football still left to play, but they gave it their all, and we were still proud of that team that went to Old Trafford and lost.
That's right.
And the reason because I called them bottlers.
Yeah.
The reason why I called them bottlers at the what game was it, Mo? Was
Aston
it
Villa game where we won 4-2.
Yeah.
You called them bottlers at 2-1.
You're right. Yeah. And I called them bottlers at 2-1, yeah, because like Aston Villa, they're not a great team. Yeah, these are the teams you really should just turn up, play your football, and win the game, innit? I know football doesn't work like that. However, like, come on, like these are the games, like you go there, you just turn them over and you move on, innit? Yeah, I get it. Like we came through that game. I was emotional with that game because you know everything's on the line. Boys, when I was in school, no one could chat to me. Now everyone can chat to me. I got Hassan, I got the other guys talking shit all the time. Yeah, whatever the other guy's name is. So now I'm back in this position. I'm emotional. I want my boys. I'm so proud of the boys this year. However, I just feel like I personally feel like I believe in fate. Yeah, and I've got a strong feeling that I don't even want to say it, but. You know what I'm saying, yeah? I've got a strong feeling that something special is going to happen this year. So the times when we are 2-1 down, 2-0 down, I get emotional when it's just like you're just letting it slip back. Like, boys, come on, man.
Don't worry, it's not just you. Because Sam was in the pub yesterday when we went 2-0 down in tears. He was in tears. I was like, Sam, relax. Like, we're not going to go and beat every team 3-0. Yeah. It's not going to it's a title. Listen, yeah. You see title races, yeah? I think, yeah, Arsenal and Man U fans especially, not so much Chelsea, Liverpool, etc., but Arsenal and Man U, we have forgotten about title races, yeah? Chelsea have been in them quite regularly over the years. Liverpool have obviously...
It's gone.
His battery's gone. Sam, question comes to you.
Can you hear me? Sorry, someone called me. Yeah, Liverpool have been in them recently over the years, and Man City have been in them over the recent years. Yeah, but Arsenal and Manchester United fans have forgotten what title races are about. That's why Arsenal fans at the top. That's why Arsenal fans at the top, and we're saying, listen. That's why Arsenal fans at the top are saying. Yeah, we're at the top. We've got to win it. And that's why Man United fans are saying they're in the title race when they're 8 points clear because they've won a few games. We've forgotten what title races are about. and it's gonna ebb and flow. And there might even be a time where we go behind Man City. That might happen. That is a title race. That is a title race.
It's a marathon, not a sprint, isn't it, bro? That's what it is.
It is, man. And we've just forgotten
true.
because it used to just be us two at the top. Yeah, and it was like, right, if Arsenal ain't in it, Man U have won it. If Man U ain't in it, Arsenal have won it. Yeah, but title races are different things, and we've got to go along with this ride, bruv.
Last thing before we go to Sam is, remember when we were in it with Man United? We'd be the best team throughout the season, but Man United still pick up the trophy.
Yeah. It's true.
Go on, Sam.
It will sting because I want it. I want it now. So it will. If we don't do it, it will sting.
No.
But what I would say is, it's still a no lose situation for us because
I'm sorry. Leo's cracking me up. That Juve game's got him strong.
I'm not hard attacking, bro. I've hit a post when you conceded again.
Sorry, Sam.
I don't like it is a win-win situation for us because ultimately, nobody even considered us in the conversation. If you go back to almost everyone's pre-season predictions, everyone had us clinging on to either 5th or 4th, let alone being here with 63 points after 24 games. So if we were not to win, I think the lessons learned would kick us on and spur us on. And also, I think given the age bracket of our team, there's a difference between the way Liverpool went about it in those 4 or 5 years, because there was a time limit on their team because all of their players were at the peak of their powers. They had only 4 years to win it, or they went, like as we're seeing now, the legs were going to go. The midfield can't play clock ball go forward. Whereas our players, they should be on Chelsea contracts at Arsenal because that's the amount of time that they do have. They've got those 8 years on them. So if we miss out today, the quality is there to show, you know what, we can go toe to toe. We've got to go toe to toe for a little bit longer next season. So it's a no lose situation for us.
What I will say, just very, very quickly, sorry, I just want to say this, yeah. But the camaraderie, yeah, in that Arsenal team right now is unbelievable. It's absolutely unbelievable.
You know what?
Every player, they're all like best friends. It's unbelievable. I don't think I've ever seen anything like it. Like for as close as they are. And you know what? It makes all the difference, yeah. I know it's only like... it's only I'm gonna refer to a football team I used to play for, and Rich and Mo. Yeah, when we went to the I'm not sure if he was playing in Rich, but when we went to played in Charlton Stadium, the League Cup. Mo. I won't. Yeah. The camaraderie that we had, the banter amongst the group. It makes all the difference. It makes, because you're all fighting for one cause. And what Arsenal have right now is actually amazing. So hopefully that group can stay together whether we win it or not. Because if they do, and we add some extra quality to what we've got, if we don't win it this year, we'll win it another time, most definitely. I reckon.
All right, last thing before I let you lot obviously say where people can find you in that. Just a number. Where are you finishing in the league this season? Leo, Chelsea.
Ninth.
Or rest.
Ninth. I'll give a shit, bro. We're shit. I was going to say ninth.
Fourth.
Who's that? Who's saying that? That Man U fan?
United, yeah. Edna?
Edna's not here.
Sorry, say that again?
Oh.
Where are you finishing the season?
Third.
Rush?
Third.
Vibes?
Yeah, third.
Palace, I think we'll finish 14th, but I'm worried. It's not looking good at the minute. Right, Arsenal boys. T.
First.
Sam.
First.
Thoughts?
First.
Moles?
Yeah, first.
First.
All right. Just very quickly, Rush. For the league, it would display that. Where can they find you, Brush?
They can find me on Twitter at Brushy87, all capitals. Otherwise, I'm just about. You catch me here and on other streams.
I'll be at the local off license all night.
Babs is stressing, you know. Sam.
You can find me at on Twitter at dr_bonds, or just trolling everyone else, particularly Spurs fans, because they're not a big club. And Harry Kane's a bolt. Harry Kane is a bolt.
Oh, sorry. I thought you finished. Sorry about that. Sorry.
Right. Harry Kane is a bottle job. Right.
Jesus Christ.
Harry Kane's a bottle job.
There you go.
Yeah, you can't find me nowhere, but check out the Happy Nerf Day for your kids' Nerf Day parties. Yeah, check it out. This is where you can find us. I'm not sure if you can see this.
You see a bum or what?
Whoa, relax.
You see it?
We only need to see everybody.
Kids party.
Happy Nerf. Yeah, you either saw it or you was looking at my batty, one of the two. But yeah, that's how you can find me. That's how you can find me. Big up the thing. Big up, bless.
Yes. Well,
at MoSpend10 on Twitter. I'm actually a balanced Arsenal fan, so no real madness on there. But all the madness go to Dr. Bonds.
And is your podcast making a return? Was that done?
Oh, mate. Oh yeah, I'm a free transfer for any podcast if they want a good Arsenal speaker.
I was gonna mention something. That's why I've left Tariq to last. Edna, it's been a minute, but good to see you again.
Good to see everyone too. You can find me anywhere and nowhere.
And at church.
At church.
Yeah, church.
Yeah.
Big up for us.
Big up, find me on. You can find me on Football on YouTube, and also later on crying in my bed sheets. But yeah, big up, find me on, man. Big up the panel as well.
And hopefully you may get a result today.
Bruv, yeah, just find me on Instagram, Facebook, and then if anything, maybe Bowley's office trying to get a contract for about 9 years, a bit of pay there as well. Oh, mate.
Last but not least, you're streaming like 4 minutes?
Yeah, I am. Yeah, I'm going to do a Premier League review show. Tariq Talks. It's with T's, not sevens. You know, I just had to do it. Sorry. Had to. But Tariq Talks, yeah. Tomorrow I got the Arsenal show as well, where I have Arsenal fans come on. And it'd be great to have some of them.
Nah. I hope they don't find you, Tariq. I hope they don't find you. I hope they type in the 7 when they search for you.
Listen. I want actually, and the final word, Tariq Talks everywhere, people, YouTube, Twitter, you name it. So yeah, come to the channel, Arsenal and Premier League. So got plenty more shows to come as well. I just want to pick up Brighton and Brush, you know. What was that?
What time tomorrow?
So looking 8 o'clock tomorrow. If anyone's free, feel free, jump in and we'll get something sorted. And then just want to big up Vibes and Brush, you know, front line. You know what? The fact that they've come on. And Edna as well. Edna, you still here? Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah, can't be hiding, bro. Can't just be riding with the team when they're winning it.
You know what? Big up, you know what? It's hard. It's hard to do this. And big up to you for all the United fans coming on and showing face and, you know, being real. And you know what? Better than a lot of other people that ain't coming up, turning up, hiding after their all the big talk, and then run away when as soon as a bit of a, you know, a scare in town.
Also, I must admit, did someone's fire alarm need a battery change? Because I keep hearing a bleep. Was it just me?
It might be mine.
I'm not taking the piss.
Anyway.
A bleep, bro. Someone's fire alarm needs a battery change. Sort it out, yeah? It's a bleep.
Sound like a landlord?
Yeah, that's it. Well, if your house burns down,
Listen,
I pre-warned you.
Leo, both your teams need a battery change. Stop talking. Listen, big up
everything.
Double A. Peace.
Later on.
Questions to ask, RHEA, a campaign with the confidence rising. I told WDF don't switch, good times are coming underneath and deep diving. Fan cams, reactions, watch along, still the pride of London thriving. The Eagles of South, they flying. Keep your eyes on us, we ain't hiding.